All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Yahweh Shai. I come back with a quick, another quick video through the Spirit, getting into Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 1 through, Sirach chapter 5, verse 1 through 8. Getting into it, man, because Sirach chapter 5 is a very mighty chapter through the Spirit, man. So I just want to come and, get into it, dive into it for a little bit. So this Sirach chapter 5 and verse 1. Set not thy heart upon thy goods, and say not, I have enough for my life. Follow not thy own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works? For the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. So you have a lot of our people doing a lot of things, man. And they saying, who gonna stop me? Basically. Who gonna judge me? Right? Who gonna stop me? Nobody ain't stopped me yet. I done been doing this since I was 10 years old. Who gonna stop me? You have a lot of people say that. And it says, for the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. So the Lord is going to surely catch up to you. You have a lot of people say we tell our people, hey, you can't be eating pork. You can't be eating crab legs, shrimp, and lobster. That stuff gonna kill you. And first thing they say is, I've been eating this since I was 10 years old. I've been eating it since I was 15 years old, and that ain't happened to me yet. I grew up on pork, and that ain't happened to me yet. That's pride. You trying the Lord, man. A lot of our people don't know that you trying the Lord, because the Lord like, okay, you prideful. You think so? Just because nothing ain't happened to you yet, don't mean nothing gonna happen to you. The Lord can have you get into a car accident. Now you can't walk. That judgment from you eating that pork. You ain't got heart problems, diabetes. That's when you eat unclean foods. And the Lord probably can, because the Lord is very long suffering. And the scripture going to get into that. The Lord is very long suffering. So he could be waiting on Jacob's trouble to kick off just to judge you. A lot of our people going to get judged during Jacob's trouble. When all hell break loose, if anybody didn't know what Jacob's trouble was, it's a time that we coming in when all hell going to break loose. A lot of people going to starve to death, and that's going to be their judgment for their pride. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people going to get shot, get cut, their head going to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? They going to starve to death. They going to drown to death, right? They going to perish from their pride that they had on them. The Lord is going to catch up, man. Hey, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. Let me get that precept. Let me get that scripture. He said, let me get that real quick. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. So the Bible say, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God, man. We don't want to fall into his hands. Because when you in his hands, man, he got you gripped. He can do whatever he want to you, man. He can torment you. So the Bible said, man, the people that's prideful, the people that you can't tell nothing, they feel like they know everything. Those going to be the people that the Lord is going to judge. They might not even be getting judged right now, but their time is coming. Best believe their time is coming, man. And it says, say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened to me. So the Bible said, don't say that I done sinned, what happened to me. Nothing ain't happened to me. I done smoked weed. Nothing ain't happened to me. You telling me not to commit adultery. I just slept with this dude, woman. Nothing ain't happened to me. You told me I can't eat pork or crab leg, shrimp, or lobster. I'm going to get sick. I ain't got sick before. The Bible said, don't say I have sinned and what harm hath happened to me. For the Lord is long suffering. Like I said before, the Lord is very long suffering. He long suffering. He'll be patient with you. He'll wait on you. He'll wait for the right opportunity for you to slip up. You might think you got away with the Lord. You've been doing this for 10 years. Oh, I'm good. You've been doing this for 15 years. Oh, I'm good. The Lord will allow you to have a reprobate mind to allow you to get comfortable and thinking that you're okay, that you're safe. And right when you think you're safe, that's when the Lord going to attack you, man. Something's going to happen to you. And it's going to be judgment from the Lord. For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go. Concerning propitiation, probably, I don't want to make sure I say that word right. I don't want to butcher it. So like, bear with me. Propitiation. Right? So like, be not without fear. Be not without fear to add sin unto sin, and say not, his mercy is great. He would be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. So the Bible said, hey man, be scared to add sin upon sin. You shouldn't even want to add sin upon sin. You doing this sin, then you say nothing ain't happened to me. Then you add another sin. Then you say nothing ain't happened to me. Then you add another sin. Then you say nothing ain't happened to me. Then you add another sin. The Bible say, man, you don't be doing that. And he said, and say not, his mercy is great. And you have a lot of people say that. Oh, the Lord will forgive me. The Lord know my heart. The Bible say don't do that. Don't be trying to sin and then try to justify talking about, oh, his mercy great. He'll forgive me. The Lord don't gotta forgive you. The Lord can kill you. Right after you got through hit, you know you ain't supposed to hit the blunt. You hit the blunt. After you get done hitting the blunt, you get a heart attack and die. That's the judgment from the Lord. You didn't even have time to say, well, the Lord gonna have mercy on me. Because right after you hit the blunt, you died. Or you watching the nasty websites on the toilet, right? And they say, after you get done doing what you're doing on yourself, you die. You die. You ain't had time to say, the Lord mercy great, he'll forgive me. That was your judgment, right? The Lord can literally judge you after you just got done doing what you're doing. That's why you need to fear the Lord, man. The Lord don't have to have mercy on you, and the Lord don't have to forgive you. That's the thing. And he said, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. So the Bible said, don't make tarrying to turn to the Lord. Once you hear about this truth and hear about that you're an Israelite and hear about that you got to keep the commandments, start taking baby steps to get right. The Bible said, don't put off from day to day. Don't be like, well, I'm going to get right tomorrow. Then tomorrow come. I'm going to get right the next day. The next day come. I'm going to get right in 2 weeks. 2 weeks come. I'll get right in a month. Then the month come. Then the Lord kill you. You didn't even have a chance to get right because you was playing with the Lord. The Lord said, don't make no tarrying to turn to him. When you have the opportunity and we got the breath in your lungs, you know what I'm saying? And you breathing, you know what I'm saying? Turn to the Lord. Because you don't know when you're going to die. You don't know when it's going to be your last breath. You know what I'm saying? When you're going to take your last breath. You don't know that. So you got to get right when you got to get right as quick as possible. The Bible said, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So the Bible say, man, the Lord gonna judge you sooner or later. You keep putting off from day to day, thinking that you got all the time in the world. That's when your destruction gonna come. The Lord gonna close that door for you because you had an opportunity to get right. You done heard about this before, but you've been putting it off. You keep running into brothers on the highways and byways bringing the word out. They telling you the same thing. You done run into 5 camps and they telling you the same thing. Your uncle, a Hebrew Israelite, he telling you the same thing. Put down the pork, but you playing. You putting it off from day to day, and that's when your judgment gonna come, and the Lord's gonna avenge you because you had time, but you were playing with the Lord. Set not, verse 8, the last one. Set not thy heart upon goods unjustly. Set not thy heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. So don't set your heart upon goods that was